Hey guys! Welcome back! This is Digimon Digital Monsters Season 2, Episode 26 of my show. This is about Episode 25. Now before I start talking about it, I just want to let you guys know this video that I'm doing is gonna have to be like I think I stated this before in my previous video. This video is gonna have to be under 19 minutes because that's how long the episode is. It's 19 minutes long, so I want to try to make it under 19. If it goes to 20, I'm gonna have to redo it. I just thought I'd get that out of the way. Anyway, one more thing about that. If you guys remember back in my previous video I did, I stated that there was a Digimon that showed up that looked like an insect, but I wouldn't explain who it was until its character model shows up. I believe that it shows up either in this video or the next video, I'm not sure, but even if it doesn't, I'll just put it in just as a quick heads up about it. Anyway, this episode in the English, as I said, this is History of Digimon Digital Monsters Season 2, Episode 26 of my show, but this is about Episode 25, and Episode 25 in the English dub is known as Spirit Needle. Now, that's an appropriate title for this episode in the fact that Spirit Needle is actually the name of the attack that the mysterious woman, who's actually a Digimon in human form, has, where she pulls those hair things off her head and uses them to transform control spires into, like, I guess you could say, copycat, like Digimon and stuff that are not real. I just thought I'd get that out of the way. Now, getting into the actual episode, it starts off with Davis and Kari walking through the hallway with these suits on it, and then Davis says that with those clothes that they have on, they look like a couple of salt and pepper shakers, and Kari says either maybe mad scientists. Oh my god, that's funny. That's funny, I just thought I'd get that out of the way. It's a little funny. Anyway, continuing on, Davis is wondering if they should let Ken, while they're working in the cafeteria, Davis is asking Kari if she thinks that they should have Ken help them along since he is technically one of them as well. And Kari doesn't think so, and Davis says he helped out last time, and Davis said that he helped out last time, and then Kari said that she still doesn't know, and then she's thinking in her head that he's got to do more to convince her because he doesn't really that thing. Now, most of the characters, including, other than Davis, the rest of the Digitesting characters, except for, I think, other than Davis and TK among the main cast of characters, other than Davis and TK, Jolie, Cody, and Kari don't seem they can trust him, but in my personal opinion, there is a scene in this episode I'm talking about where Davis goes over to where Ken is. I'm just giving you guys a little heads up, and then TK shows up where that is. I just thought I'd give you guys a little heads up about that. And then he goes, to, like, he states to Kari that he helped out last time, which is true, he did, and then Kari is saying basically that he's got to do a lot more to impress her because he's done some pretty bad things and stuff, and then he goes to talk to Cody, and then he tells Cody that technically Ken is one of the Digidestins. He was thinking of bringing him along, having him work with them and stuff, and then Cody swings his kendo stick, and basically Davis suggests that that's maybe a no from Cody, and then Cody's basically thinking that Ken one of them, that's impossible, um, that that's impossible. When he was the Digimon Emperor, he tried to hurt them, and he could be playing some kind of trick. And then goes to Elise, he goes and goes to talk to her, and then he's kind of sort of agreeing and disagreeing with Davis at the same time. Now, what I mean by agreeing slash disagreeing is because she thinks that Ken did understand that Digimon were real creatures, even especially after Wormmon got hurt and stuff. She thinks that he was finally understanding that Digimon are actually living creatures. That's the agreeing part about it, but the disagreeing part is after seeing what they did in their last battle, where he mercilessly ordered Stingmon to go into the kill to destroy Thundermon. Then she's kind of second guessing herself about that, and then she's telling David sorry, and not after what he did. Thundermon. Now, technically, Thundermon wasn't actually a real Digimon. He was a Digimon created from a control spire, so, that's why I didn't understand. When I watched the series myself on Netflix and I did watch it on TV when I was a kid, when I didn't understand why Yoli would think like that, because technically Thundermon wasn't actually a real Digimon. He was Digimon created from a control spire and stuff, so I really didn't understand that much about that part. And then Davis walks off because he's mad that some people are kind of disagreeing with him, and then TK wonders what's up with Davis, and then Yoli's saying that he wants Ken to join them even after all the terrible things he's done, and then it goes to where Ken is in his school, and the kids in his school are saying that everyone's been handing out for top of the class and stuff, and like he's taking a test, and they're looking on the test board and stuff, and it says that basically it says that everyone else is beating on him for top score and stuff, and then he starts walking and he's saying that the people were right, he hasn't been himself today, and then he sees Davis, and then Davis and Ken have a talk, and then while they're having that talk, Davis is saying that Ken may have done some bad things, but that doesn't make him a terrible person, and then he makes a little bit of a joke about the person who made the cafeteria menu that had about the person who created the cafeteria menu, and that's an evil person and stuff, and then Ken saying sorry, but he still doesn't think he's ready to help them out, and then Patamon and TK are standing over and watching, and then Patamon is asking TK if Davis is right, should they forgive Ken for what he's done, and then TK is basically saying that he thinks everyone deserves a second chance and stuff, and basically what happens is, in the next scene, it goes into a scene where Mimi and Patamon are in the digital world having a picnic, and then there's these little white little marshmallow kind of creatures with them. Now those white creatures are a different form of Golemon called Yukinibotamon and stuff, and I'm just making a guesstimate here, but I think Yukinibotamon is like a fresh form of Frigimon, so I'll put that in the description. And basically, like all the other baby form Digimon and stuff, their attack is known as Bubble Blow, which is basically a thing where they shoot bubbles out of their mouths and stuff, which kind of makes sense for why they want to do that and stuff. And then basically, Mimi's wondering what's happened with Palmon. If she doesn't get back soon, they're gonna have a little bit of a riot on their hands with the Yukinibotamon. And it turns out Palmon is off in the distance picking flowers. And then while she's there, sees the strange woman, and she's wondering what the woman's doing here because only children can enter the digital world and stuff like that. And basically, what happens is the woman picks a hair from her head and then sticks it into a control spire, and that transforms it into a Digimon. Now, that Digimon is known as Golemon, so since Golemon is also a new Digimon, I'll put him in the description, but I'll do the same thing I did for Thundermon. I'll put Digimon created from control spires and stuff, and then basically Aquilamon finds out that the woman's gonna have the Golemon she created flood the city by destroying the dam and stuff, and then Aquilamon goes over to where Mimi is, and then she tells Mimi about what's gonna happen, and then basically what happens after that is they get the emergency message from Mimi, and then they go into the digital world, and they find out about what the Golemon's gonna do, and then they try to stop him from flooding the dam, but they don't. And then once the dam is flooded, they basically what happens after that is they try to block the river water off and stuff. But before that, when they're trying to find the dark ring, Pegasusmon and the Frigimon are trying to find the dark ring, and they're saying that there is none, and then Digimon is saying that it's just like that Thundermon that he fought last time and stuff when he went Aquilamon, and then they block off the water using the trees then the Frigimon and Pegasusmon block off the water by using the trees that they have gathered from around the forest using their golden noose attack. And then basically what happens is in order to divert the water, Digimon uses his rock cracking attack to create like a crevice and stuff like that. And then later on, the others keep attacking and it doesn't do any damage. And then basically what happens is later on, Aquilamon wakes up and she's saying that Golemon's not who they think he is, and he's not even a real Digimon. And basically, Aquilamon is telling them how he saw the woman and there was a strange light, and then Golemon appeared. And then basically, well, actually, beforehand, Davis is wanting to destroy Golemon, and basically, Yoli has a bit of a flash, like a flash memory to what happened in the previous episode where Digimon destroyed Thundermon, and he said that basically there's gotta be a better solution than just violence and stuff. And then later on, Palmon wakes up, and then she's telling them about, the fact that Golemon's not even a real Digimon. She's saying that she saw a woman over in the forest transforming a control fire, and then there was all this light, and then Golemon appeared. And then basically TK is wondering that he basically thinks something that Thundermon must have been a Digimon created from a control spire as well. Now that kind of makes sense because after Thundermon was destroyed, there was no control spire up on a ridge. So I just thought I'd get that out of the way. That's why it kind of makes sense. And then they're thinking that Ken must have known all along, and that's why he ordered Stingon to destroy Thundermon because he wasn't a real Digimon and stuff. And then basically, Yoli is saying that she was wrong, Ken has changed, and then she said she knew she was wrong, and then Hawkmon kind of weirdly stands up, and then it goes to the scene where they Digimon the normal way, and Hawkmon Digimon, and this introduces Hawkmon's champion form. He's known as Aquilamon, and Aquilamon's special attacks are known as the Grand Horn and Blast Wing. Now, basically what Grand Horn is, it's basically a charging attack where he charges with his horns, and Blast Wing is an attack where he shoots these pink energy rings out of his mouth. And then, Yoli is basically telling Aquilamon that Golemon's not even a real Digimon, he's a Digimon created from a control spire. And, basically, then Stingmon shows up, and they manage, using Stingmon and Aquilamon's, and then with Stingmon and Aquilamon's combined help, they manage to defeat Golemon. And then basically what happens is, after that, basically what happens after that is, in the next scene, Ken is saying that he won't make any excuses and that he's sorry for the things he's done. And then Davis is all looking at others and stuff, and then uh, Mimi kind of accepts it, and then basically Ken is saying that it's the least he could do, and he's telling them that he wants them to know that he has nothing to do with that one creating Digimon from control spires and stuff. And then basically what happens is if they're asking if he knew all along, why didn't they he'd come and join them and stuff, and he was just thought he should work alone. And then later on he walks off, and then Yoli sends him an email thanking him for his help. And then basically what happens is an email. The email is stating that she's thanking them for his help, and she can't wait for the day when he finally decides to join them. And then later on, Yoli's saying that it's okay. They just need to give him time. He's just being a bit cautious because I guess it's because Ken's still not trusting himself after what he did and stuff. And basically what happens is that's basically where the episode, and then Ken basically walks off, and that's basically where the episode stops. So if you guys like this video on YouTube, just please give it the real best you guys can, and I'll see you guys next time, and keep it digital.